I'm Tonya Joy Bolton, and I'm an actress, a writer and an empowerment specialist, and I run an organisation called ICU Transformational Arts, and we use the arts, various art forms, to empower people to really take control of their lives and make positive choices. And we particularly we specialise in working with women and with young girls. With the work that I do with a lot of young girls, I come into contact with so many girls who are vulnerable and are highly at risk from sexual abuse and sexual exploitation. And being a writer and an actress, I decided that I had to speak out, I had to put something down on paper, because I became very, very concerned with how big this problem is and how much it's growing, really. There are a lot of girls, I've met girls as young as 11 and 12 who are, being exploited in some way, sexually or otherwise. I mean, I've just been speaking to some of the girls, and a lot of them have said thank you so much because it's really touched them. A lot of the issues that came up in the play is very true to life and exactly what they're going through. Many of them have got very low self-esteem. Many of these girls are self-harming or borderline eating disorders, and many of them are in dysfunctional relationships, be it with their family, be it with boys, and they're not sure how do they respond, how do they treat themselves and their bodies with respect, and how do they respond to situations that make them feel extremely uncomfortable. And after the break, what we're going to do is run an interactive creative arts workshop, and it will be using those art forms like drama, physical theatre, creative writing and visual arts to explore in a far deeper way, what the issues are in the play, why people hide, why people don't necessarily reveal how they're really feeling, why young people feel the need to self-harm, who can they talk to, how can they respond in situations of conflict, how can they be safe, and how can they make healthier choices and develop healthier relationships, and particularly developing healthy relationships with themselves. That's really where it begins. You can't have a healthy relationship with anyone else unless you have that with yourself. And a lot of young people don't know how to get that, and where do they start. I'd just like to say that, sometimes we don't realise how low self-esteem, self-harm, peer pressure, sexual abuse and exploitation, how it impacts a young person and really robs them of fulfilling their potential and robs them really of getting a good education, because a lot of these young people often are excluded, or they don't attend, or they're not engaged in education because there are all these other issues going on. And I have found that once these issues are dealt with, they're then freer to focus on their education and to fulfill their potential.